some of these drivers will be in action the whole season. Those onboard Kovacs really looking forward to competing in the British Championship. Here, though, is your starting lineup for the first final of the day. Micromax, it's Oliver Spencer and Zach Starbuck. Privateer driver on the front row of the grid. Luca Ballack and Oliver Warner on row number 3. Row number 2. Row number 3, Harvey Bacon and Edward Hayes. When we're looking down, yes, there have been some changes after the pre-final. Harry Taylor and Grayson Wortley go from row number 4. Jensen Chalk and Austin Oman go from row 5. Jack Freeman and Max Gilman start on row number 6. Row number 7, Joshua Cook and Maximilian Abrahart. Alfie Mew and Samuel Lowdy on row number 8. Colby Patterson and Sebastian Lusch on row number 9. The top 20 will be rounded out by Frederick Wood and Luke Millwood, Alex Goodson and Riley Murrow down in 22nd place. Then it's Josh Cormack and Maria Roberto. The final 3 rows of the grid, JJ Lowe, Lewis Cacaldi, Rhys David Richardson, Ethan McClelland, Dian Pahal, and after a technical problem after the pre-final, Emerson McAndrew Uren will start shotgun on the field in 30th and last position. Watch for his progress. That will be very exciting. He has got 12 minutes plus 1 lap to go from last to first. Can he do it? Can a privateer, Zach Starbuck, take a win? Here we go. They come to the line. No, they don't. And we will go around again. It will be, well, we have a Synergy Factory driver, a privateer. Will we see the first time for the RCE team and winning Motorsport UK level event? What about Jensen Chalk, the Dubai O-Plate champion? What about the reigning Bambino champion, Riley Murrow, coming from the back of the grid? And what about some of the teams that are new to Micromax? Of course, this class is new, but the big teams have moved in. There's still room for the privateer, though. Can Zach Starbuck carry one home for the Lad and Dad Brigade? We're going to find out. Anthony Jordan, very, very shortly indeed.
Is there more races coming up today? Yes, there is. It's the 4 finals, and that's the end of the weekend.
I like to see people using proper English grammar, like, you know, in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is more races, bruv.
Yes.
More races, fam.
Yes.
Loads more. 4 more. Here we go. Here's the first one, bruv.
Take him to the line, Henry.
Okay, out of the final corner, into the tram lines. Lights are out.
No, they're not
out. Oh, I got ahead of myself again there. I did think that Zach Starbuck was a little bit keen. He was actually ahead of Oliver Spencer there. And this is the nerves are going to be jangling a little bit more, you know. And, of course, once again, Emerson McAndrew Uren is thinking, okay, how am I going to plan my way? Because it's not unheard of for a driver to go from last to first. However, he needs to pick up half a dozen places on the first lap.
Yeah.
And then it's the first 2 or 3. It's 12 minutes. That's a long time for Micromax. In the first half of the race, he needs to be, you know, approaching the top 12. And then it all depends on how the lead group is. If we've got a breakaway or we've got only maybe a 2-car head-to-head battle, then it's done. Game over. If there are 3, 4 or 5 karts all battling at the front, then yes, they'll slow each other down and he could catch them. It's unlikely, but not impossible, ladies and gentlemen, for any driver to win from the back of the grid, Micromax being the one race in question. Here we go. Let's see, for the 3rd time, out of the final corner to the line. Now the lights are out. Now we're off and racing. It's a good start from our poleman, Oliver Spencer. Luca Ballack follows his teammate into 2nd position. Zach Starbuck slips back to 3rd place. They come up the hill towards Christmas Corner and safely round. The leaders are all through now. Look, there's the number 31 kart of Emerson McAndrew Uren. He's already picked up 4 or 5 places, but Here's the danger for Emerson. Two teammates lead the way. Will Luca Ballack push Oliver Spencer away? A little bit of contact just coming into our screens there, coming into Ashby's. Will he push his teammate away, which would make it a head-to-head fight? And it now depends on whether Zach Starbuck, Oliver Warner, Harvey Bacon, Edward Haynes can catch those two and drag the two teammates into a real scrap.
Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate question in this one. We'll have to see as the race progresses because it's only just started. They cross the line and someone is straight off the track. It's
Edward
the 43.
Haynes. Oh,
Edward Haynes. His exhaust come up.
Yeah.
He's going the wrong way on the racetrack. He comes back on. Well, he's keeping his foot pinned. I don't think race control is going to be too particularly happy with that.
Yes, I mean, he was forced there. But again, he'll have to come into the pits and retire, you know, because, again, look at that. It's almost like the back of the... Oh, it's almost collapsed down on itself.
Oh, that exhaust is completely come off
now whether that was caused... I mean, and he seemed to go off in a strange position as well, I have to say.
He did. That was going into turn one, wasn't it? He went off the track, then he rejoined it on this corner here.
So, yep, and that wait for RCEs, their first big Motorsport UK win, that wait will go on. It will not happen in this race. There are other RCE drivers in the race, Grayson Wortley, Max Abrahart, and Reese David Richard, but they're not up at the front. Sadly, their lead driver is out of the race, and again, it's a two-kart battle up at the front. Look at Luca Ballack pushing away his teammate Oliver Spencer. The gap is already over a second, and Emerson McAndrew is up to 16th place on lap number 3. But you can see the gaps already start to develop. We've got 2 karts at a breakaway, then another 4 karts scrap, and then a big gap behind them to Austin Oman in 7th. Austin Oman is leading a huge gaggle of karts there, and Emerson McAndrew is in that group.
Yeah, that second group, they're going to have to make a big decision at some point in this race. At what point do they start scrapping for position? As someone going, is that another?
That was, oh dear, that was another RCE kart. That was Grayson Wortley.
Yeah.
And
no, that's Max Abrahart. That is.
It was Max Abrahart, was it? Sorry. That was Emerson McAndrew just getting very, very committed. And he was on the inside, and on the outside, the RCE kart simply ran out of track. There is Zach Starbuck in 4th place, trying to get back in front of Oliver Warner, who has now moved into P3.
Looking at the lap times, the group behind is actually faster than the 2 in front. So the 4 karts working a little bit better there than the 2 up in front. Keep an eye on the gap. 1.4 when they last crossed the line. It's 1.2 as they go into the boot section. 8.5
minutes to go. Game on. Jensen Chalk is now second in that big chase. Not this chasing group, this chasing group. Chalk is the second kart in that group. And there's a good view of the karts flashing across the start-finish line. There are your leaders. It's still the number 42 of Spencer leading the number 28 of Ballack up the hill towards Christmas Corner. And Anthony, visually, that gap does look like it is closing. It is 1 second now.
Yeah, so it's come down quite considerably. So they are closing in.
And McAndrew is now moving his way towards the front of the group. Colby Patterson, Jensen Chalk, 7th and 8th. And I think McAndrew is probably about 12th now. The problem that they do have is there's a gap of 2.5 seconds between the battle for second place and then this car here. There's Patterson, then a bit of a gap. Oh, it looks like Chalk may have fallen down or dropped down a little bit. In fact, yeah, I can see he has. So his progress is now stalled out. There's Patterson, and there's McAndrew and he's up behind the number 50 kart. That's Max Gilman for the Strawberry Racing team. Chalk has been shuffled back to about 11th or 12th position.
Keep an eye here on Oliver Warner. He's broken away from the trio behind Starbuck, Bacon and Taylor. Those 3 currently on your screen. You can see the group of 2. Warner on his own here, on a mission. He's closed that gap up to less than a second now. Could cause a 3-way battle here, and that could bring it into this group of 3.
Oh, yes.
Meaning we could have the 6-way battle, and that could then bring him into the next group behind from 7th place all the way down. Because Patterson, like you say, Colin Patterson, 10 positions gained. He's had a brilliant start, as well as Emerson McAndrew. And so there are some drivers making some big moves here. Alfie Mew as well. for Coles Racing. Brilliant start to the race, 7 positions gained. It just shows that, yes, okay, these are small karts. It just means that they have more space to be able to go 3, 4 wide and gain those positions through those tight and twisty sections.
And there's a look at the Cato Motorsport kart, the KMS livery kart of Harvey Bacon, Cato Adams, his team there. Again, always a very strong team. You know, Cato, he doesn't go in for the big flashy awnings, doesn't go in things. He just goes, nope, we're going to just use our knowledge, our years of experience to help our drivers. And yeah, they haven't got the, you know, say the biggest, flashiest awning or anything like that, but they have got lots of experience in that team. They've got good equipment, and they're teaching their drivers very well. And Harvey Bacon having to learn how to defend there, because Harry Taylor from the Dan Holland Racing wanted to come through, but Bacon held him off. And has he got he's got a gilet on over his race suit there.
Yeah,
well, it is a bit chilly out there, I've got to say.
It's not warm.
No, it's not warm.
It's not warm.
It's decidedly unwarm.
It is.
Also known, as we call it, trade, cold. Here's now a 3-way battle. Change the lead, Anthony.
Yes, indeed. Now, this is, we were expecting to see this. Ballack now back in front. And, you know, he's just thinking, right, you can see now that Warner's close in. Another fastest lap of the race. Wants to try and break away now. He was a bit nervous that he would get swamped into the group behind.
Luca did not want to be the meat in the sandwich.
No.
Because, again, when you've got to drive it now, the problem that Oliver Spencer now has is that because there is that Argenti kart of Oliver Warner right behind him, if he moves offline to try and make a move back on his teammate and say he takes a wide entrance into a corner, he's going to lose a position because, bang, Oliver Warner's going to be right there. So again, Luca wanted to avoid being in that situation. He has avoided being in that situation. He now leads the race. The question is, does he defend or will he pull away? No, he's not defending, but I mean, he may have to defend very shortly because his teammate is... I thought his teammate was not going to be in second position any longer, but Spencer does manage to fend off Warner. I
think Warner's going to have to be smart here. I think he's going to have to work with these two to make sure that they don't fall into the group behind, because they've now started scrapping. Now, Starbuck's gone up into third.
Playing devil's advocate, Anthony.
Yeah, it is.
Does Warner want to be dragged into a bigger battle? Because, again, how do you get past two teammates who are working together when you're on your own without a friend?
But if he does bring those drivers in, what's to say that they won't go for the move anyway? And now they've started working on it. Oh, well, there you go. 2 for 1. Well, that's how he's going to do it.
Well, that's answered that.
That's
answered that conundrum. I'm going to solve the problem by leading the race. But with two teammates, now you can assure yourself that Ballack will try and push Spencer back into the race lead.
Instantly tries it.
Warner's going to have to defend, and now this is a situation where the gap, which stands at 1.8 seconds, 1.7 seconds back to third place, is going to come down, because with 3.5 minutes to go, the leader, Oliver Warner, is going to have to start defending, because he's the lone Argenti gun at the front of this lead group of 3. The two Synergy Factory drivers that Hansen saying, we're working together, and Warner's going to have to be on his toes here. Bacon, Starbuck, Taylor are next. They've got then a 2-second gap back to Patterson in 7th. Another 2-second gap back to Freeman in 8th. McAndrew Uren from 30th to 9th. Cook is 10th. Then Mew, Chalk, Gilman, Oman, Wortley, Edward Haynes still in the race in 16th position. It's obviously not fallen off. Change the lead, Anthony.
Yes, indeed. Back down the inside, Luca Ballack. And this is there you go.
And again,
Spencer follows go.
He made the move, but then also he helped his teammate out there by just jinking right to just make sure that Warner was not off, was not knocked, but he was put offline.
Look at the time there as well that Oliver Warner's lost to these two now.
Yes.
He's going to have to make that all back up again.
On his own?
Yeah, on his own, and there's only 2.5 minutes left. It's taken him this entire heat to get that done.
Yep, and he's got to get a slipstream. I think he's going to... So if you look at Warner now, 10 kart length lead. Now they're flat on the gas all the way around up to in these Micromax karts, all the way around up to the top of the hill. And the slipstream effect, the draft, the airflow, which is the vacuum that Warner is being sucked into, has mean he's right back there. There's Starbuck, back to the inside of the KMS kart of Bacon. That's 4th and 5th positions. Emerson McAndrew Uren, 51.97 seconds. Absolutely outstanding drive. I think, though, it's going to come I think the highest he can get is 8th place. I have to say, just through the gaps that are now appearing. 90 seconds plus change to go onto the back straight. Ballack leads, looks over his shoulder. He's going to start defending, and you can see how Bacon, Starbuck and Taylor are lined up because they think, okay, boys, now we got to go. They're going to slow each other down. We've still got time. We've still got time to catch them.
Yes, they do. Here's starting to heat up once again. That gap closed quite considerably. So it's only taken him about a lap and a half to close that gap up for Warner. And instantly, here comes Spencer, and defensive goes Ballack, and down the inside goes Warner. Sees the dummy being sold and thinks, I shall take that one. Splits the two Synergy drivers, and now is on the hunt again for Ballack for that race lead. The gap's opened up a little bit now between the two of them, but they'll have to close it. The gap's slowly creeping down, and time is very quickly running out. Starbuck behind, though, is not able to close in on these three in front. This could be a three-way battle to the end.
Well, has the podium been decided? But possibly, but we don't know in which order. Luca Ballack, kart number 28, leads from, Oliver Warner and his teammate Oliver Spencer. Ballack there, proudly carrying the Serbian flag, and it's no longer. The Serbian flag is back to third place.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Was it a racing line, or was he assisted slightly? I didn't see it. I was looking at my timing screen, but all I saw was Ballack going wide through turn one, unsure of how it happened. So, interesting development. Warner now leads from Spencer, and Spencer's lost his teammate.
And they're going to get the last lap board next time around. Yeah. It's Argenti versus Synergy up at the front. Ballack versus, Warner versus Spencer. The two Olivers. Oliver's Army at the front. There's another musical reference that will go beyond nearly everybody. Elvis Costello and all that. Out of Crook, through Oblivion. This is the final lap. Up the hill towards Christmas Corner. Spencer, Warner defends. Spencer attacks. Now through Inkermans. Ballack is 10 kart lengths back. That gap is going to shrink as the leaders defend. Ballack is now 5 kart lengths back. Out of Ashby's. It's going to be a crossover move, and there's the move. Spencer makes the move, and here comes Ballack back into P2. Warner gets shuffled wide. Can Luca Ballack now steal one with 3 corners to go? Oliver Spencer, number 42, into the boot. He gets a little bit sideways. I don't think Ballack is close enough. No, he is not. And the first ever Motorsport UK British Open champion in Micromax is Oliver Spencer. And it's a 1-2 finish for the Synergy Factory team. And again, the boys at Synergy and Mike Spence, who runs that team. Again, you see Mike Spence has been in the newspapers lately. He's one of Lewis Hamilton's biggest rivals back in karting, and often had the upper hand over Lewis. But he has masterminded a 1-2 finish for the Synergy Factory team. It's Spencer, it's Ballack, it's Warner, your top 3 provisionally. It's Synergy, Argenti. Zach Starbuck finishes 4th as the leading privateer in the field. Well done, Zach. Of all the privateers, only Zach and Austin Oman finished in the top 15 of the privateers. Now we'll have a look. There is the number 42 of Spencer. He goes past the nose cone check. There's Luca Ballack. He gets a nose cone check. He doesn't look very happy. I'm thinking he may have been assisted in that incident with 2 laps ago where he ran very, very wide, suddenly going to the first corner. The next step is you go over the weighing bridge. So to make sure that every driver in the kart is up to the minimum, the regulated minimum weight. The scrutineer check, thumbs up. Now they'll go into post-race scrutineering where the there's Anthony on screen. He's made it up there to interview the winners. And there's a very happy Mr. Spencer, I think, waving his fist there. The rest of the field comes through. Here is a look at the final results. Oliver Spencer wins after 15 laps by 0.3 of a second over his teammate Luca Ballack. Oliver Warner third, with Zach Starbuck fourth. Harry Taylor comes home in fifth. Colby Patterson is sixth, and Harvey Bacon finishes seventh. From last on the grid, Emerson McAndrew-Uren comes through to take 8th position. Jensen Chalk finishes 9th. Jack Freeman rounds out your top 10 ahead of Joshua Cook, Max Gilman, Edward Haynes and Austin Omar. That's your top 14. Behind them, Maximilian Abrahart rounds out the top 15 ahead of Alfie Mew, Grayson Wortley, JJ Lowe, Sebastian Lusch and Frederick Wood, your top 20. Josh Cormack, Riley Murrow, Luke Millwood, Dian Pahal from 29th, the grid to 24th, followed home by Maria Roberto, Lewis Cacaldi, Samuel Lowdy, Alex Goodson, Ethan McClelland and Reese David Richardson. 30 karts started, 30 karts finished. That is what you want to see from the youngest drivers here in the paddock. Whether they win or lost, they get their full last race in and they can head back and think about what they did this weekend on the way to school tomorrow morning. Primary school, that is, because these drivers 8, 9, 10 years of age.
Thanks, Henry. Well, a dramatic end to the Micro Max final, and Spencer takes it across the line by nearly half a second, 0.3 of a second. Oliver, well, what happened on that final lap? Because I missed it, but I was making my way up here. Talk us through that final lap.
So Ollie took the lead and Luca got the switchback, and I just done both of them in Christmas and it come out with the win. It's great to win.
A brilliant result. You then end this weekend with the O plate. You were able to run that now for the entire season. Is that going to stay on the kart? You're going to run that one, or are you going to stick with the number?
Nah, run with the O plate.
Right, that's the one we want to see. Who do you want to thank for this one?
I want to thank Sinji, Rob, Mike, Sam Fugitt, KR Engines, Mega Power and Fens for everything, all the suit and stuff they've done. Thank you.
Well, brilliant stuff. Oliver Spencer there coming away, O-Plate champion of 2023. Fantastic to see. Let's see if we can chat to Mr. Luca Ballack. I don't know where he's gone. He's gone, apparently, and I think, understandably, I think third place man there is a little bit upset. We might leave him to be consoled by his mechanic. I might see if he wants it. Do you want to have a chat? Yeah? Come on, excellent stuff here. Well, Ollie Warner, that was a tough race, but you drove brilliantly on that one. What happened on the last lap?
Thank you. Just lost my head a bit and just should have gone blind with Ollie, but just didn't turn out very well.
I mean, these races, it's only the start of the season. It's a one-off weekend. Yes, okay, you may not come away with the O-Plate, but it just shows it's a great stepping forward going into the season. Are you looking forward to this year's 2023 season?
Yeah, I really am. Hoping to win the British Champs this year. So
that's the main gain you can get away with this. Go for that number one.
Yeah,
That's what we want to see. Well, congratulations, Ollie Warner. Third place in that one. Enjoy the podium a bit later on, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there, Ollie Warner there. Luca Ballack finishing in second, and of course Oliver Spencer finishing that one for the race win and taking home that O-Plate for 2023 for the Rotax Open Championship. Henry, there are 3 more finals to go. We'll head back to you for the rest of them.
This is the Micromax class, and finishing as the leading privateer in a fantastic 4th place overall, it's Zach Starbuck. Congratulations, Zach. We now move on to the top 3. The top 3 separated by half a second at the end of the race. And again, Micromax into the UK at a full-time class for the first time, and the future of the class looks very bright indeed. Finishing in 3rd place, representing Argenti Motorsport, it's Oliver Warner. Now, Oliver not only wins the trophy, but he wins a £150 voucher from Jag Rotax, and you have to come back and collect the vouchers at the end of the presentation. Now on to second position. Last season in Honda Cadet, this team really swept all before them, and they're doing it again already in Micromax. It's a 1-2 finish for the Synergy Factory team, and finishing in P2, it's Luca Holmes-Balak. Luca not only wins the trophy, but he also gets a £300 voucher from Jag Rotax. So congratulations. So we got our kartpics.net, Chris Walker, our official photographer, and our social media, all the Motorsport UK social media photographs. Now we move on to the winner and the awarding of the British O-Plate, the winning mechanic. So, the 2023 Micromax British Open champion for the Synergy Racing team, it's Oliver Spencer and his winning mechanic, Sam Fugit. So Oliver gets a short engine from Jag Rotax, and again we've got to be careful, so again a huge thank you to Jag Rotax for that, and to present Oliver with the very first there will be eventually a perpetual trophy, but again there'll be a new trophy, a brand new perpetual trophy for the Micromax class, and Oliver Spencer's name will be the very first name to go on it. These are only micro drivers, yeah, they're a bit heavy, and again congratulations, and now thank you to Claudia, they'll get their vouchers as well, and Sam just has to stand there. Loves to do it, gets his medal. We're not going to do interviews now, but thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Micromax O-Plate podium.